Good evening everybody, my name is Osa. Tonight we are playing FS19 on the Ungetsheim map. We are starting from scratch with seasons. And we'll wait for it to start up. Come on. I haven't added any mods to this, so it shouldn't take this long. Yeah, we know that. Start. Okay. Speed is 1. Oops. Boost that up to. Come on. Okay. Let's go find a tractor to do something to jump into. Okay, why is that not working? Four, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, we are at ×5 speed. Good evening, Hail Team, and welcome to the stream. It is, what is it? It's 7:47 in the morning. It is mid-autumn, day number 4. We can't do any harvesting contracts, so how about we look for something different to do? I've got a seeder on the back of my truck. Lots of harvesting contracts. 91. 91's a good one. Oh, sowing, 51. That's doesn't pay well. We'll forget that. So 91. I'll accept that contract. Right now our farm has nothing better to do. So we will load the fertilizer up and go do someone else's work. We've got a good amount of fertilizer in there, but I think for safety we will fill it to the top. Let's turn the rear work lights off. Don't need those on while we're driving somewhat on the road. What's that can over there? That's lime. Okay. That's not the fertilizer container. That is. Okay, we just took field 91. Let's go find that. Potatoes over there. Come out of the house. That's the road we normally take. Well, we could take that one. Looks good. Yeehaw boys! Welcome to the stream. Hello, and so how's everybody's, what is it, Tuesday today? I, of course, had the usual IT day after the bank holiday day where something went wrong because somebody did something wrong and messed something up. And because it's all order entry, it's all to do with order entry, I get involved in it. It turns out actually it's to do with the inventory guys who changed something. We spend a while fishing that one out and advising the inventory guys how to fix their problem so it wouldn't be a problem for everybody else. loads of thunderstorms last night, so my joints were kicking up a storm, so I didn't sleep well. Okay, is this the road I want? Or is there another one? There's another one. And we have a pesky car on our tail who just can't get over that my tractor only does 13 miles an hour. At least turn my volume down so that doesn't become so annoying. I'm not sure if me altering the output of my speakers actually makes a difference to the stream. Probably helps by not reverberating through the microphone. Okay, well, I think I should be holding up all of the traffic that is potentially going to turn around and come the other way here. Might be a car up ahead of us, but that's a thing. Turn down here. And we're going to 91. I was a little bit confused last week because a lot of the fields looked like they were still in a growth stage. And so I assumed they'd all been harvested and replanted, but turns out no, they were in the final stage of growth, and there are a lot of fields on this map ready to harvest. But the ground is wet, so we can't do that right now. Ah yes, the yesterday holiday stream. That was kind of fun. We managed to get all our fields prepped and one of the two harvesting contracts done. There's the problem with Lone Oak, Oakfield, is there are not very many contract fields on the map, and they tend to be the cheapest land. So if you want to extend your farm, you're risking losing income because the fields you're doing, or the fields you can afford, are the ones that can pay you for doing work. This is a little bit annoying. I'm gonna, end of this row, I'm gonna turn and actually just do a cut straight across following the planted rows. That'll make things a little bit easy to space going back. Okay. We'll drive in the neighbour's field because, yay, it's the neighbour and why not. So one thing about this map is the fields are incredibly close together. So there's not a lot of room to do work on a field and then turn around and go back the other way. Not many maps I'm doing corn on at the moment. Oakfield will, I'm pretty sure I will never do straight up corn on Oakfield. I might do a silage crop from corn, but that's a ways off because I can't afford the harvesting equipment. And also I get a lot of silage from grass at the moment, so that covers income purposes on that map. I do have a game going on the Valley, the Old Farm, and another one that I'm playing, Lone Oak Farm, and they're both with various kids that stay with us, so I play those at the weekend for a few hours. I was explaining on my weekend stream that normally what I'll try and do is pick crops that are generally what's the word for it? Prototypical of the area of the map. So in the UK, there's not a lot of corn grown, and if it is, it's usually whole cropped. Whereas, say, America, you might get way more corn because the weather is better for it. I'm also not growing soybeans because it's just the weather is too wet in the fall to harvest or get a reliable harvest of soybeans. But depending on where in the UK the map is based, if I'm doing Scotland, I'll probably be growing barley because that's popular. If I'm in the middle, then it's going to be canola and wheat predominantly. But I just go on Wikipedia and it's sort of, okay, this map is in Bavaria. Well, what do they grow in Bavaria? What animals do they have in Bavaria? And then I base the playthrough on that to a certain extent. How are we doing here? Oh, we're getting close to the end of the field. I am okay. Now there is a map that is working on Lawfolds. So I will probably do a revisit of Lawfolds Farm Sim 19 when it comes out. It will not be a major playthrough like the last one. I did kind of play that one out quite a lot. Six game years, 600 hours on that one map. I did enjoy it. It was a good fun map. But I'm trying to explore other maps. Obviously, the beginning of life on Farm Sim 19, we got what was it? Estancia Lapacho. I hadn't played that in 17 because I was heavily invested in Lawfolds. So I played that for a bit, and then the map screwed up when I was doing some landscaping, so I quit that one. But I did play the Old Stream Farm again, which I played a lot of on Farm Sim 17. I actually played 2 rounds on that map, one pre is it one pre-seasons or both pre-season? I can't remember whether they were both the playthroughs were before Seasons was released, but there was the Old Stream Farm version 1 and then version 2. So I played, when version 2 came out, I restarted. I think one of them might, I can't remember. But then again with the Old Stream Farm was one of the early maps to be released on Farm Sim 19, I decided, oh, well, I'll take another look at it. And I did like the updates they did. It was the similar old worldy style, but it was sort of like modern day was coming in. You had the new John Deere dealership, and you had the new BGA, and the old ones had been replaced. The old dealership was now a gas station, and the old BGA was now a new sell point. I have not tried the flat map. I tend to like maps that have a little bit of interest on them. Right, field 11. We need to go up north. Oh, that's just opposite our fields. Okay, we can find our way back to there. I've thought about doing No Man's Land, but I may trade that at another day. The problem is I'm not really playing a lot of Farm Sim. I've got the Saturday morning stream, which I also stream on holidays. And then I have 2 sets of kids that come and visit, which I play a different map on, so that they don't come and say, oh, it's all changed since last time. I'm not playing those unless they're in the house playing with me. And then I've got this map, which I'm trying to blitz out. Again, that might become an issue, because it looks like our new edition is going to be joining us sooner rather than later, and I can't be streaming 2 hours at night while everybody else is trying to watch TV or something. And we're trying to restrict her computer time. Now, it may be possible she can, amuse herself playing The Sims in her computer time while I stream this, but we'll have to see how that works out. Yeah, I've been watching Daggerwin series on that, and yeah, I can see it is a fun map, starting with practically nothing and building it up, and I think he's doing a good job of it, where he's bought he started with the plot of land, and then he is clearing out trees and fertilizing clear areas. I think he's playing it on hard mode, so his economy sucks as well. But even with all that, it's progressing quite nicely. Much the same way as this is. I mean, this is a start from scratch, so 500,000 starting money. The fields are crazy cheap on this map because they're all very small. And then I've started with tiny equipment that doesn't cost a lot. Like Virtual Farmer just started a series which it's not No Man's Land, but he started with nothing, and he's doing contracts to start up to get the starting money, and then he'll buy equipment so he can do contracts with his equipment and earn money faster. And he's made various conditions. He's not allowed to take out a loan, which kind of makes sense. He doesn't have any collateral to take out a loan. He's allowed to lease equipment, but only brand new equipment. He can't lease older equipment, because if you think about it, leasing companies will lease you a brand new tractor, they won't lease you a 10-year-old tractor. So that's kind of a thing. I think I want to turn just after this barn. See, this map has a lot of interesting places like this, where I'm sure I could probably park a tractor or two in there. Oh, yeah. Hold your horses. And this is the track I want. But it doesn't really have a defined Yard, I suppose, where I'm placed on this map currently is kind of the best you'll find a farmyard. There's this. I have no idea if this is a working bunker, but when I walk into it, it doesn't seem to be, but maybe that's because I don't own it. More sheds around here. So it's an interesting little map, I must admit. And it's a good one to start from scratch because, as I said, the fields are cheap, and there's money to be made. But yeah, I like a lot of the old tractor mods. I'm still waiting for the Massey Ferguson. Oh, did I miss that, or is that a failure to germinate? That's a shame. Yeah, there's a bunch of mods like the Massey Ferguson pack. We're still waiting for. It was produced by Black Sheep Modding for 17 for the mod contest, and another group of modders have said they want to do it, and he's given them permission. But that was 6 months ago, and I haven't heard an update on that one. It's kind of like the Lawfolds update for 19. I've heard about it. I know that it's a thing. I know that the guy who's doing the map is working with Stussy, who created Farm Sim 17 version of Lawfolds, and apparently has an invested interest in that farm, or some way, whether it's a relative's farm or what, I don't know, but it's dear to his heart, and he wants to make sure that the guy who's doing it for 19 sort of respects the whole map. So but yeah, updates on that few and far between, so I don't know what's going on there. Oh, seriously, come on. Sometimes my side panel is a little bit there we go, temperamental, and doesn't always starts and stops with one key press. Oh yeah, well he's doing that as a sprayer come spreader, which yeah, I want that. But one thing I'd like to see is the attachments for the Zerian tractor. They brought that out with the Platinum Edition, and it's just basically a tractor you can turn the cab round on. But there are attachments you can stack on the back of the Zerian, and it looks like for the Alpine map there's a sort of a Lindner truck type of thing that does have attachments like a loading wagon, spreader, and sprayer. I think they might be slurry and manure spreader and sprayer, but yeah, it's the same sort of thing. I would say let's go back a bit. Map that doesn't have a definitive farm. Mercury Farm is an interesting one. It has defined plots of ground for farms, but it doesn't, if you start Farm Manager or start from scratch as a multiplayer, which is the way you're supposed to, it doesn't have built farms. Also, the nice thing about Mercury Farms is that Alien Jim produced a whole set of buildings for it. So if you stick to those, those buildings are automatically available in the map. That does mean that everyone's building in the style of the map. You know how if you go to a town, a lot of the building in the town is very similar, because one contractor came in and built everything there. And it's something I like about Alien Gym stuff, which is a little bit of a letdown in some other farms. If I want to build stuff on this map, I'm either limited to other people's mods or the provided sheds and buildings. And so I've got this entire map is sort of rural Eastern Europe, I think, but none of the buildings that are on this map are available for use by me to place. So Mercury Farms, good farm, good map. There are, let's think, I can't think of many others. A lot of map makers are still into the Farm Sim 17 style, where they'll provide the map, but they will give you multiple farm locations on the map. And so you buy the land and you take ownership of the buildings on that land. They're not really a free form. You can do whatever you like to make a farm. Was Mercury Farms not ported onto console? I thought it had been. I could be wrong. Oh, we're done with that contract. We'll have to get back to the farm. Let's collect on that one. There's another one on 146. Gonna do that one as well, because it pays more than the sowing contract. Where's 146? All the way down there. Wow, I'm really travelling the map today. Side panel. I think it's worth the money. It's primarily for the front loader operation. It has a joystick on it, which is sort of fingertip joystick rather than a whole hand joystick. Like a flight stick or whatever. And so it allows for very fine control of a front loader attachment, and I like it for that. Other than that, it's a panel of buttons which are specifically mapped up for certain functions in Farm Sim, and you can change what the buttons do. So if you don't like if you don't like the defaults, you can edit them. That's not a problem. But you could do that with any sort of gaming panel. The big thing, as I said, is the joystick for the front loader. I haven't been able to map it as well as it was mapped in 17. In 17, the joystick had two functions. So for something like a telehandler, you have the standard up, down, tip the attachment forward and back, that sort of thing, and then grab, if you've got a bale fork, or not a bale fork, a logging fork or something like that, you can grab with the main functions of it.